Excuse me, I'm sorry. This was my dog. His name was Tippy.
Forget Livia. Johnny Boy was the real villain in Tony's childhood. In Camelot may not be the bloodiest, sexiest, or most explosive episode of The Sopranos, but it is one of the most thematically devastating and criminally underrated. This quiet psychological dismantling of Tony's father worship is a study in the rot of inherited myth, a slow striptease of delusion that ends not with clarity, but with self-repression masquerading as swagger.
You're the lady from Bamberger's, from the fur department.
Fran Felstein.
Enter Fran Felstein, the glamorous relic of Johnny Boy Soprano's double life, a woman who's still clinging to a story where she was the main character, even as age and desperation chip away at the set dressing.
Check out the initials.
JFK, holy shit. This was his?
Initially, Tony is enchanted. Here's a link to his father's past, a charming Gumar who claims she once had a fling with JFK. And by fling, she means she stood near him at a fundraiser once. Tony laps it up, grinning like a kid at a wax museum, until he starts to notice the cracks. The episode is meticulous in its cruelty. Fran isn't just a ghost of the past. She's a funhouse mirror, reflecting back everything Tony doesn't want to see about his father. She was there, smoking cigarettes by Johnny's hospital bed, while Livia quit smoking for him.
Yeah, this is the money from the closing. The racetrack. It's 150 grand.
She blew the $150,000 Tony gave her, life-changing money, casually handed over like a consolation prize at a blackjack table instead of turning her phone back on.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. This was my dog. His name was Tippy.
She killed the family dog Tippy when she got tired of it. But sure, JFK almost left Jackie for her.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
And then there's the scene. The hat, the dress, the lipstick, the croaky, drawn-out, happy birthday, Mr. President. It's one of the most excruciating moments in all of television. Polly Bergen is masterful. She believes she's still got it. Tony, meanwhile, watches in horror as her delusion curdles into a grotesque parody of sexuality. The old magic is gone, but Fran doesn't know it. She's still trying to seduce the world with the only currency she's ever known, and the world, Tony included, is repulsed. This is where Tony's psyche unravels. Fran may have once enchanted Johnny Boy, but now she's just another reminder that the people Tony idolizes were human, and not in the charming, flawed genius sense. They were selfish, vain, cowardly.
Anthony, what's the matter?
Ma's in the hospital. I think she was bleeding.
When Livia miscarried, Johnny wasn't by her side. He was at Fran's. And little Tony had to lie to his grieving mother to protect his father's honor. That's the legacy he inherited. Of course, he can't say any of this out loud.
So Ash tells me, but your dad go mad.
So in the end, Tony returns to the Bing, exaggerates Fran's JFK story to the crew, and lights a cigar like nothing happened. This is what Tony does. He mythologizes, polishes the turd, and forces it back onto the pedestal. He can't bear to confront the fact that his mother may have been a victim and his father, his heroic, dashing father, was a fraud.
Talked to Phil and Hesh about the racetrack.
How bad did they bullshit you?
The kicker? Even Hesh, previously one of Tony's more trustworthy allies, is revealed to be just another self-interested grifter. The horse track money that should have gone to Fran, morally if not legally, was conveniently forgotten. When pushed, Hesh coughs it up, but the message is clear. Loyalty is a performance in this world, and everyone is angling for their cut. Fran may be a has-been, but she's playing the same game as the rest of them, just with less leverage and more hairspray. Then there's the subplot with J.T. Dolan and Christopher Moltisanti, which contrasts beautifully with the main storyline.
Drugs, alcohol, that shit practically comes with a writer's guild card.
Chris begins as the supportive NA sponsor, but the mask slips, and we're reminded that even sobriety can be weaponized when you're a soprano. JT ends the episode just like Tony does, humiliated, manipulated, and crushed under the weight of someone else's narrative. And what of Fran? Is she a villain, a victim, or just the tragic consequence of a life lived through seduction? She's all of it. She represents the decaying glamour of the old mafia world, where women were ornaments, goomers were prizes, and lies were the only form of self-preservation. She's what happens when you double down on that role for too long. Ultimately, In Camelot is not just a character study of Tony Soprano, it's a study of all the illusions that keep him afloat. And when they begin to crumble, he doesn't learn or grow or change. He retreats, he lies. He puffs on his cigar and returns to the comfort of his club, cloaked in nostalgia and denial, pretending he didn't just see the truth and flinch. It's an ugly, brilliant hour of television, which is to say, it's The Sopranos at its best. If this breakdown made you rethink the myth of Tony's golden gumar, or just made you feel something, leave a like. I'm Matthew, and here on Sopranos Breakdown, we don't just recap, we unravel.